Talk about showing the league that you mean business. The Atlanta Hawks have rebuilt this team around Trae Young in a way nobody thought was possible. 3 years ago, they were soft, offense heavy, an easy playoff out, but now this team is becoming a defensive menace, and the rest of the East should be worried. This isn't the 2021 Conference Finals team anymore. This group is deeper, tougher, and finally balanced around Trae the right way. So let's break down their killer offseason so far, how they flipped the roster, and why this version of the Hawks might be ready to run the East. Since that 2021 playoff run, the Hawks have been a little disappointing. Not in the, man, these guys suck kind of way, but in the, I like the players on this team, why are they not better kind of way. Some blamed Trae Young. Some blamed the roster leaning too far towards offense-first guys, and some blamed the coach. Honestly, I was in the Trae Young is not a winning player camp. I thought he shot too much, dominated the ball, gave very little effort on defense, and was the classic good stats, bad team kind of guy. But last season, he started to turn the page. Before Jalen Johnson went down in Game 36, Trae looked different. He was playing off the ball more, posting his lowest usage rate of his career of 29.5, and it was even lower, 27.9 in the games Johnson played. This is the evolution people have been waiting for. To add to his improved offensive behavior, he put forth a much better effort on defense as well. Like Curry in the first couple Warriors title years, Trae is going to get picked on. Steph was attacked all the time, not because he was bad, but because he was surrounded by 4 all-defensive team dudes. He was the only person opposing teams could target. The difference between Steph then and Trae Young before last season was Steph always played hard. He knew he was going to get attacked, but he stepped up to the challenge. Now, he may not have won them all, but he at least gave it his all. And before last season, Trae didn't do that. He was a complete liability, but last season was the best defense he has ever played. And they are going to need that much more if they want to win, because teams are going to do everything they can to avoid the other defenders on his team. This season is the ultimate show us what you got season for Trae Young. He is up for an extension, but it looks as though the Hawks are going to make this season the prove it season. He has everything he needs. This is the best roster the Hawks have ever put around him. If Trae is the franchise guy, the dude needed to win it all, this is the year to prove it. Now, I know what you're asking. How is this roster better? Well, let's break it down. First, let's start with what they added this offseason. They took full advantage of the Celtics being in salary cap hell, Tatum's injury, and them needing to dump players. Picking up Kristaps Porzingis in a contract year for a late first-round pick and 2 lesser role players is huge. Porzingis had a down year last year, but the 2 seasons before that were his best by far. If he can get back to that guy, this was a home run of a trade. Next, they traded back 10 spots in the 2025 NBA draft in a trade with the Pelicans. Now, I already ranted about this in my draft reaction video, so please go check that out because it was epic. But from the Hawks' point of view, this was another home run. In trading back 10 spots, they got a lottery talent in Asa Newell and an unprotected first-round pick next year. Newell is a flawed player, but what he does is awesome and will fit in perfectly with Trae and this Hawks team. I love this pick, but that pick next year may be a top 5 asset in the whole NBA right now. They can use that to pick or package it up to get something great. Signing veteran backup guard Luke Kennard was another sneaky good move. He is an elite shooter and underrated secondary ball handler. Everyone needs more shooting, especially playing off of 2 very good to great offensive players in Trae and Jalen Johnson. Kennard may get the most open shots of his life this season. If that was their offseason, I would be pumped for the Hawks, but this next pickup may have been my favorite of the whole NBA free agency period so far. Getting Nickeil Alexander-Walker on a 4-year, $62 million deal was just plain awesome. Nall proved last season with Minnesota that he is a star role player. He is one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, can hit open threes, and is a great backup point guard when needed. Adding him to play behind and with Trae Young could not be a more perfect fit. On a young team like this, he instantly adds credibility and leadership, and he just got done playing a key role in back-to-back conference finals teams. Adding those four to a Trae Young-led team would be very interesting, but this team is much more than just Trae Young. Dyson Daniels is the conversation of best young defender in the NBA. His defense is on a whole nother level, and he's the perfect backcourt mate for Trae. Not to mention his huge offensive improvement leading him to winning the NBA's Most Improved award. Oh, and he's only 22. Letting Clint Capella walk is sad for Hawks fans for sure, but now the starting center position is all Onyeka Okongwu's. He's only 24, coming off the best year of his career by far, so things are looking up for him too. Now, I could be done, and you would love this team, but last season's #1 pick, Zachary Reshaped, showed some real promise last year. He is skinny and still raw, but man did he show some flashes. He has some real potential, and this may be the perfect team for him to reach that potential. He's going to get a ton of open looks, be surrounded by great defenders while he improves, and doesn't have the pressure of most #1 picks of being the man. I'm really excited about the second you jump on this guy. Just for reference, he's 20. The last piece is the key to it all, even ahead of Trae Young's evolution that I described in the beginning. I think Jalen Johnson is going to be a star. I don't know if he had dude potential, but it's definitely a real possibility. He was 100% going to be an all-star last year before he got hurt. He was averaging 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists, while shooting over 50% from the field. And if you add in his damn good defense, this guy is special. His emergence last season has a lot to do with Trae's evolution. Trae could see the star potential in Johnson and wanted to give him the chance to shine. Johnson is a 23-year-old who has barely scratched the surface on how good he can be. If last season's 36 games was just the beginning, these Hawks may be the favorite to come out of the East. This team went from first-round flameouts to potential Eastern Conference bullies, and if Jalen Johnson makes that all-star leap, they might just break through the East. The Hawks aren't hunting playoff respect anymore, they're hunting banners. Now, do you want to see how the Thunder built a dynasty while nobody was looking? Well, tap right here for my OKC breakdown. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns out of the NBA. The NBA is constantly changing, so if you agree with my thoughts, make sure you come back here and check out our other videos.